What is up? It's your boy Raven, and today I'm gonna pick top 10 cards, Pokemon TGO cards that were released in 2018. So now that they made an impact, like a lot of them made, but now that they're, like, oh man, Tapu Lele is a great card. Zoroark. No, those cards were not released in 2018, so we're not gonna talk about those. The cards are not in any particular order, so I think they're all equally good. You can decide which one should be top one, which one should not. But in general, I've picked the top 8 that I think they deserve, like, nice round of applause for being really good, impactful in many ways, or actually enabling some new deck ideas. Honorable mention probably is gonna go to Granbull, because I didn't put Granbull here. A great card. Ditto, fantastic card. It's not on the list, but let's get to the list. All right. So first card. Like I told you, not in any particular order. So the first card is Zoroark, right over there. Zoroark. Fantastic card with the Thunderclap Zone, enabling finally lightning type, electric type decks to shine. Like, I know we had the Vikavolt and other stuff, I know, but this changed the game. This made some of decks possible, and this is the card that you want to look out in the near future due to what this card is doing. Oh shit, in Japan, right? Like in Japan, a huge card helps the Zapdos deck. Amazing card, have a great impact, and I think this card will only see more and more play as the 2019 comes right in a few days, actually in 3 days. What do we have next? Next, the card that helped Heracross piss me off many times. It's a Victini Prism, but not this one. I actually put the wrong one, so this is the wrong Victini. I'm sorry, this is the Victini from Dragon Majesty. I thought about the Victini with the ability, so this is the wrong Victini. Don't look at it. This is the wrong one. Great card. Tried to take it, pissed me off many times. But now the card that enabled GX-less decks, and that was huge when this card came out in Celestial Storm. The next card, it was huge. It enabled GX-less deck to appear. No, it's no. Those are not spread decks. No. But this is Shrine of Punishment, ladies and gentlemen. The Shrine of Punishment. Just look at this beauty. Perfect card. Amazing answer to GX decks. When GX format, like standard format was dominated by GXs. We've seen that in World Championship. Zoroark, Buzzwolves, Lycanroc dominating. No one, no one could have stopped them. But this little card, by putting 10 damage every single turn on GX cards, this Shrine of Punishment doesn't care if it's benched or not. It just puts the damage. It punishes you for playing GXs. A great card, still played by many decks and still being used in many decks. Fantastic card. Well, what's gonna happen in 2019 with this card? It's only gonna get better. It will get only better due to tag teams. You want to get those tag teams out of the way, because Shrine of Punishment is gonna punish you for playing those. But now the card that made, I want to say this, the next card is like a one-hit wonder. Like a one-hit wonder, a chase card that everyone wanted, chase card that everyone was hyped for it, and now we don't hear about this card anymore. It's Rayquaza GX. When the Rayquaza came out, Rayquaza decks were the thing. Everyone wanted to be Rayquaza. Anyone wanted to be like Rayquaza. Everyone played Rayquaza. That was the deck to beat. In Celestial Storm, during World Championships, Rayquaza was in top 4. So that tells you how good of a card that was. Unfortunately, as the year passed and as the year, was slowly advancing, and as we, had more and more sets coming, it got lost. Like, Rayquaza got lost in the mix. Like, it had its moment, it had its time, and whoever bought the card and sold it for a lot of dollars or a lot of euros was the winner. Unfortunately, right now, only seen in expanded. Like, hopefully we're gonna see maybe a comeback somewhere in the near future. It does not seem like, we're gonna see this, but fingers crossed for those who still have Rayquaza, to those who still think that this is gonna be a great card. One more time, be Rayquaza again. That they will love to see Rayquaza again. I think not really, but a fantastic one-hit wonder from 2018, and this may not be the best card, but that was the most, I think, impactful card of 2018. Of one of the most impactful cards. Like Stormy Winds just took us by the storm with the Dragon Break. Every deck ran 4 of those, plus Vikavolt. What a brewing that was. We thought Dragon Majesty is gonna change something, Rayquaza is gonna be still on top. Didn't happen. We thought Zeraora, when it came out, you saw a lot of decks using Zeraora and Rayquaza mix. Due to Zeraora's ability, Rayquaza had no retreat cost. Didn't happen. It was deleted out of existence. But who knows? Maybe it's gonna come back one day in the future. But talking about cards that were impactful in Standard, I think one of the most impactful Prism cards right now, and as from the time this card came into Standard up to now and up until next year, we're gonna see this next card. It is Diancie Prism with the Princess Cheers ability. One of the cards that helped decks like Lycanroc, helped decks like Buzzwole GX, Buzzrock. That card was essential there. Without this extra 20 damage on the first turn with a choice band, that was the card. That was the choice. And non-deck that was fighting type was not using that. You were in fighting type, you wanted to use that. You wanted to use that card. If you were against fighting type, oh my god, I gotta look weird. If you were against fighting type, you actually had to get rid of Diancie. You wanted to bring her up front because he has 2 retreat cost, and no one would actually go and retreat her. So that was a great stopper, but also a great threat when it was on the bench. Right now, still seeing some play, but due to cards like Alolan Muk, not as much as it supposed to, or as it was. But still, fantastic card. You've seen her throughout the whole 2018, and we're gonna see her still in many decks. Now, the next card with the ability that was really interesting. Like when I first actually opened this card, I was like, oh, you know what, it might see some play, and it was coming September, like nothing. But then all of a sudden, around this card, there was a deck. And the deck is still very good, and what I'm talking about is Dawn Wing Necrozma with the Invasion and Malamar. This card helped, Malamar helped create this card mythos of this card, of this fantastic attacker, and Moon Eclipse. Oh my god, like how many people fall into the Moon Eclipse? Because Moon Eclipse says when you use that, you're in, no one can touch you. No one can do anything to you next turn. Fantastic card, great card. Malamar deck was and is still down there on top with this card, with this exact card. Invasion, you don't have to retreat, you don't have to Guzma yourself, you don't have to, switcheroo. You can actually do nice fluent movements in between your bench and your active due to Invasion, which really helps the whole engine, right? You got your Malamars that get your energy from this card pile, you've got your Necrozmas, you've got everything there, and you just KO your opponents. Fantastic card. I should mention here, like, I think Marshadow should also be here, like somewhere, mention Marshadow with Let Loose, but let's leave that. Okay, I think the next card, I think I should move it, like, it should be one of, like, down there. So, we're gonna start with Buzzwole, non-GX, baby Buzzwole. No introduction needed, again, fighting type, with Diancie, great card. Uses a lot of GX-less decks. Due to him and to Sledgehammer, we had the GX-less deck with the Shrine of Punishment. Fantastic card, phenomenal card. Needless to say, great card. We'll see where the next year is gonna take this card. But now into 3 last cards, and they are in kind of top 3 for me. So without further ado, next is Cynthia, ladies and gentlemen. Cynthia was released in February 2nd, 2018. Full art Cynthia. And my goodness, when Cynthia came into the standard, she took the standard by storm. And I can tell you, you have Cynthia everywhere. You have Cynthia. 4 Cynthias is crucial to your deck. And this card on its own deserves to be #1 pick, but we still have some better cards. But as a supporter, there's no better supporter right now in the format than Cynthia. Just refreshes your hand, shuffles back so you don't have to discard it. Fantastic card, great card. But now, the card that was released recently, the last 2 picks are from Lost Thunder. They were released recently, but they made a huge, like, they came, and they are no one-hit wonders. They came and they're gonna stay in the standard for a while. First is a Cake Pop Cake, Mr. Blessfulon. What can you say about this card? It's just mind-blowing, huh? You see the panda? Mind-blown ability with cards like Baby Nagandal is just fantastic. All you need is 4 energy somewhere. 2 on Blessfulon, somewhere 2 on your bench, and you can do up to 200 damage, even more if you have more. So this is not only a great attacker, this is just a great card in general. And Burst GX, you draw your last prize card. You have no idea how many times I fell for it, for this Burst GX, that, you know, the last prize card was taken and I've lost the game. Again, fantastic card, used a lot, top tier card. It was talked a lot about before she was in standard. Now she's in standard, and this card is gonna stay. But what can beat a card like that? The card that can only make a fantastic deck, a tier 1 deck, even better tier 1 deck. And I mean Alolan Ninetales Fairy type. Ladies and gentlemen, Mysterious Guidance. What it did. No, like, we expected this card to be good. Like, we knew that this card is gonna be fantastic, but no one expect the price of this card. No one expect that this price is gonna take by storm. Like, it's gonna grab the whole standard by the balls and will not let go. Fantastic addition, not only to Zoroark deck, but actually to any deck. That's why this is my #1 pick of the year, because the card is so versatile. It can be used and should be used in any single deck. Just like it is like Zoroark, can be used anywhere and it will make the deck better. Of course, you know, it's not a great attacker, but Sublimation GX, if you're facing, you know, Ultra Beast, fantastic GX move. And ability, go for 2 items. And again, you're playing, before that you're playing Vulpix with the Beacon. So not only gives you the draw power of Pokemon that you need, but also you get the items. You're playing stage 2 deck? Sure, you're gonna go for Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy. There you go. You're playing something else? You're gonna go for items that you need in the precise moment in that game. And this is a huge card. And I honestly think that this card, moving towards 2019, is still gonna dominate. It's still gonna be that almost in any deck, because this is not only the card that you want to have. In many decks, is the card that you must have, because it's that good. So is that a new Tapu Lele? Probably, for many decks. And it's just a fantastic card. So those were my top 10 picks, like 10 in general picks of 2018. The cards were only released in 2018, so I was not talking about Zoroark. I was not talking about cards that were released prior to 2018 that made an impact in standard, but only about those cards that were released 2018 and up to Lost Thunder. So what 2019? I don't know. Tag teams, well, we'll see how the 2019 is gonna look like. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I want to read your top 10 cards that were released in 2018 right down there in the comment section. And if you're buying codes for online, down there below we have a 5% discount on Professor Oak that you can use on codes, promo cards, whatever you want and need in your online collection, you can use it there. So thank you guys very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment. Raven loves you. Bye.